Welcome back to the 300 Club. I am Darius here with Jake and Jalen.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on?
We're going to start off with the abysmal Chicago Bears.
That's a big
I like
word.
that word.
That's a big word.
Yes. This past weekend, the Chicago Bears took on the Cardinals, and it was a 33-22 win by the Cardinals. And, yeah, it was just a bad game all around.
Slobber knocker.
Yes.
That's the great Jim Ross.
That's not a word. There's no way that's a word.
Jim Ross. Oh, yeah. I forgot you don't watch wrestling. Slobber knocker.
Right. Well, yeah. So, yeah, Jalen, what you think about that? What you think the Bears?
I mean, they put up a decent amount of points.
Yeah,
on a really good Arizona team. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
But granted, Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins both came back from injury.
Yeah.
Looked like they didn't miss a beat, especially Murray. He looked amazing. So shout out to Kyler Murray. I think he had 4 total touchdowns. He like 2 rushing and 2 passing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cardinals right now is still the best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
No, you don't think so?
Mm-mm. Right here.
We'll get to that.
Right
All
here.
we'll get to the Packers. I still think Green Bay needs to beat Arizona for real, like in the playoffs without AJ Green having a controller lag moment. But yeah, I mean it was all in all a good game. Justin Fields wasn't playing, obviously. The Bears look like they're just defeated at this point.
I know, right?
They just look like they're just not into it
I
anymore.
think. Well, because Nagy's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
100%.
it's kind of hard to play for the team, especially since you're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way they make the playoffs at this point. So it's kind of hard for those Bears players to buy into the program at this point. Because they know next year they're going to have a completely different coaching staff.
Yeah.
A brand new culture, pretty much everything.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you don't. It's weird.
What you think this franchise need to take the next step
For the Bears?
Yeah.
I think obviously head coach is the biggest thing they need.
Yeah.
But I think really they just need some I don't even want to say star power because they have players that can turn into stars.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they get like a big name in the offseason, they could really turn them around.
Like a Devontae Adams.
Hey.
He'll be available.
He will
I'll
be.
give you that much. He'll be
He will
available.
be. It's a matter of them trying to
I don't think he's going to Chicago though.
No, but I think because I feel like their defense, they have big names, even though I think Khalil Mack might leave or get traded. But I feel like defensively, they're decent enough.
Yeah.
I feel like offense is where I think the Bears really need to go ham on this season, though. This offseason, I should say. Offseason, for sure.
Yeah, I think honestly it starts at the top. Obviously, Virginia's not going anywhere, but I think football operations need to be changed.
Yeah.
Obviously you look at I think a lot of people have mentioned Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Obviously he has to deal with ESPN right now, but I think if you were to bring in Peyton Manning to be the chief of football operations or whatever you want to have this title, but you need a football person.
Yeah.
Right now you've Ted Phillips in there who's a money guy. It's not a football guy. So.
Yeah, they definitely need more football guys in there, I believe so as well.
Peyton Manning would be a nice person.
Yeah, and then so I think, obviously get a good head coach next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of guys that are looking to come up. I think if you do that, you get your offensive coordinator. I think you need a new outfit. I think you just need to completely refresh. I think if you do that and you grab some offensive line pieces and a solid wide receiver number 1, I think because they'll have the money because Allen Robinson won't be there next year.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson will be gone.
Yeah.
There's some big names hitting free agency. Obviously, you guys just mentioned Devontae Adams. Chris Godwin will also be another guy doing.
I can see him in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, Penn State receiver, so he kind of came from, Big Ten. So if they can get Godwin, Devontae Adams, I mean, it's just a high-level receiver. Obviously, they won't have a first-round pick, but second round if you want to grab another wide receiver or if you need, you want to grab offensive line help. I think there's a team deprived of offensive help. They don't have any offensive stars. I mean, Justin Fields is an up-and-coming star.
But he's not a bona fide star.
Allen Robinson was a borderline top 10 receiver last year, but he's fallen off. Darnell Mooney's really, really good too, but he's not a 1. Yeah. So I think they just need a true number 1. I really like David Montgomery too. There's another guy that I forgot to mention. I think he's the top 10 running back this year, but yeah, they need more star power on the offense, and I think they can get that in free agency.
Yeah, I think Chris Godwin would be a real good fit with this offense because Ryan Pace been building this offense to have a bunch of speedy receivers, and Chris Godwin is definitely
A speedy receiver.
Yeah, come in and fit right in. But what I think the Bears definitely have the new head coach, new GM, just to bring some new energy in that building to get these players more motivated, new voices, new faces around, and I think that definitely help benefit this team to come into the 22 season and try to do better.
Yeah. 100%.
I think I like to see them. I know everybody wants to go for the offensive guru to be the head coach, but I would definitely get like a defensive head coach,
That makes
like
sense.
a Todd Bowles or something, and just get like a really good offensive coordinator to just let him handle the offense.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, I think there's a lot of offensive guys available.
Yeah.
Obviously, offense is kind of like a hot pick. Obviously, you pick the guy. There's under the Shanahan tree, under the not LaFleur tree, but McVay tree. I've been throwing on Nathaniel Hackett's name for a while now, who's Green Bay's offensive coordinator. But, any of those guys, I think they need like a young. Bowles wouldn't be horrible. Leftwich wouldn't be horrible.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the other guys from the Tampa Bay staff wouldn't be bad, but I think you just need someone young and new energy.
I definitely like either one of those guys, Todd Bowles or Byron Leftwich. It's just something to get something new. Because the Matt Nagy era has always been like they hang around and being mediocre. The only good season they had was
Was it
his first season, 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Season. But this.
But it wasn't because of him, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was. I say it was because of Vic Fangio and the great job he did with that defense, and it just made Matt Nagy look good because it was his first year head coach, and that was the first year the Bears won the North in like 10 years. So the league look at that like, oh, it must be this Matt Nagy guy, but no.
It wasn't him. That's the problem.
But like, it seemed like his whole coaching and everything changed since then. It was a lot of trick plays and nice plays like that, but it's like all that is gone now. It's like his offense is just stale. They do need to go in the second round and probably get like a guy like Chris Olave that played with Justin Fields at Ohio State.
That would be nice.
Or another interior lineman or a cornerback. Those like the top three needs this Chicago Bear team need. And until they correct one of those positions, they'll still be hovering around 500.
Yeah.
They'll face the Green Bay Packers this weekend.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. Just some stats. The Packers are 0-2 in the LaFleur era, coming off a bye. I've brought that up a lot this week and last week because it was very noticeable. Obviously, LaFleur hasn't lost a ton of games. He's lost what, like 8 regular season games?
Just a handful.
8 regular season games, and 2 of them came off a bye. Yeah. So that's kind of concerning for me. But Rodgers is 22-3 at home in December. The Packers were in need of a bye because they were very injured. Jordan loved to go into the COVID protocol, so if anything, I mean, that is COVID in the QB room. Obviously, I don't think anything will happen with Rodgers, as Rodgers wasn't even there. Rodgers was in LA getting treatment on his toe.
Why'd you say "aw"? Why'd you say "aw" like that? Aw.
Kind of like Jay Cutler and his pinky.
I don't want to talk about Jay Cutler.
Oh Lord, I guess the Bears.
Why you love bringing it up? That's the Aaron Rodgers' only reason for a Super Bowl.
No, yeah, Bears and Packers this Sunday night. It's gonna be
primetime game too.
It's gonna be a primetime game, but I don't think it's gonna be a primetime matchup. The Bears are down this year, going against a pretty good Packers team who looking to go into the playoffs with a lot of momentum, and they want to look to keep that momentum going coming off this bye week. So the Bears are also out for revenge after the whole "I own you" statement from Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see if that big toe come into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's looked good. But it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a fun game. I don't think it'll be a blowout, as a lot of Bears fans are saying. I think it'll be a close game. All right, coming up next are the Panthers in search of a coach. Is Kyler the MVP? Is Tua not a bust? All of this and more on the 300 Club on SportsTownChicago.com.
You.